In this video, I will show you exactly how to invest into low-cost index funds using your CPF and SRS on Poems, from which bank to use to placing your first buy all the way to setting it on autopilot so that it can invest for you automatically every single month. Before we start, if you don't have a Poems account yet, you can sign up using my link in the description and get up to $200 in welcome rewards depending on how much you fund. To qualify, just make sure you opt into Smart Park when you open the account. This is a feature that automatically earns you a return on any idle cash sitting in there. And with that out of the way, let's jump right in. Okay, if you are investing your CPF, you can't do it directly. Instead, you have to go through one of the three agent banks, DBS, OCBC and UOB. But which should you go for? Out of the three, the cheapest bank would be UOB. That's because UOB only charges $2.18 for every 1,000 units you buy, whereas on OCBC and DBS, it is $2.73. At the same time, UOB also has the lowest quarterly service fee of $2.18 per fund with no minimum, whereas DBS has a $5.45 minimum floor. Over a full year of monthly buys, that's about $20 more on DBS than on UOB for that exact same fund. Once you have decided which agent bank to go with, you can just open a CPF investment account with them online, and the account is usually ready within a few business days. But what if you already have one with another bank and you are thinking of switching over? No problem, just call up the bank that you are planning to switch to and they will let you know how to proceed. Besides CPF, you can also invest using SRS and it works the same way too. As for which bank to go for, it doesn't really matter since all three banks are currently waiving their SRS fees. So just go with whichever works best for you. Account opening only takes a few minutes and it is usually good to go within a day or so. Okay, once your bank accounts are sorted, the next step is to do a Customer Knowledge Assessment or CKA on Poems. This is a quick one-time check that the regulator requires to make sure you really understand what you are investing in. To get into it, just log into your Poems account on the web, click on the Account Management tab, Online Forms, then CAR and CKA form. From there, just answer the questions truthfully and submit. Next, you will need to link your agent bank accounts to Poems so that it can pull the money from your SRS or CPF. So open the Poems app, go to the Me tab, tap Bank Account Information and key in your CPF and SRS information. To find your CPF investment account info, just log into your CPF account, head over to My CPF, Investment, scroll down and you will see all your info here. As for SRS, just sign in to your bank and you'll find your SRS account number right there. Alright, once your accounts are linked, now comes the fun part, the actual investing itself. So search for the fund that you want to invest in. This isn't financial advice, but the two investments people would usually go for are the Amundi Prime USA Fund, which is basically the US market, and Amundi Index MSCI World Fund, which spreads your money across the whole developed market. So just choose whichever you want and hit the trade button. Here, you'll be able to choose whether you want to buy manually or set up a regular savings plan to automatically invest every month. For RSP, you won't get to choose the dates to invest. Instead, the buy will happen every month around the 7th, and the cash is put the working day before. Next, choose the funding method, whether it is cash, CPF or SRS. Before you key in your investments, there are a few things you need to know. First, it is important that you don't try to invest more than you have available, because if you do, the trade will fail and the bank will slap you with a failed trade fee of around $5.45. So before you invest, just check how much you have got to work with. For CPF, you can check the investment dashboard that I showed you earlier. Here, for example, it says that I've got around 20.8k of my OA to invest. Likewise, with SRS, you can see your available amounts by logging into your bank. Second, you want to get the amounts right, because how much you put in each time really matters. This is especially true for CPF, where the bank charges the same flat $2.18 fee whether you invest $100 or $1,000. So if you invest only $100, that fee is already over 2% of your money. But if you invest $1,000 instead, that same fee is barely 0.2%. So try not to invest in small amounts each time. Instead, build up a more meaningful sum before you invest in order to be more cost efficient. Once you are done, submit the order and check through to make sure everything is correct. Then tick the boxes to confirm you have read the declarations and terms, and you are done. it will take around 5 working days for CPF and SRS orders to settle. So don't worry if it doesn't show up straight away. Once the trade is settled, you'll find your holdings under the Trade tab, then Unit Trust. So that's the whole process, from start to finish. If you need to open a Poems account, the sign up link is in the description. Anyway, hope you found it useful. Like, share and subscribe as I'll be posting new videos every week.